All right. Let's get through the rest of this chat show of a draft. Again, the rest of the first round, we have these picks, but so many of these players are just like bog standard medium top sixes. I need to at least see if I can get anything for these players or for these picks before I take players. The values are pretty much going to even out. Second and a third. Yeah, I mean, trading down's not going to do much for us unless we... I mean, we could trade down instead of trading up. But again, trading up really won't be worth it. I mean, we could go for Chris Wyman. We have the value to do it, but no. Who's the next team that wants to trade up? It's Washington at 16. So around 16, we're talking Maurice Domfus, who was a risk. I mean, really, it'd be around 19 with Standard, who is, like I said, bog standard. Marcus Kavasha, who has nothing in terms of interesting information confirmed for him. It's the same for Jaden Marquardt. So are there players we could land? Potentially, but the unconfirms are going to scare me off here. Let's sim to our next pick, which is number 26. And yeah, like for these guys, Valesi, Bourdon, like they're all fine. Marquardt has send it. There's just nothing really overly special about these guys. A couple of them have abilities. Kind of needle in a haystack. For a lot of them. Okay, maybe more than a couple had abilities, but yeah, for the most part, even Wyman was still a medium top six, not a medium elite, so I don't really regret not trading up. Is there anybody with this next pick? It doesn't really look like it. Jalen DeLuca looks like he could be good. Audette, we don't know for sure. Hensick might have Heat Seeker. Spencer Jenner might have Shock and Awe. Boudreaux might have Stick 'em Up. Like, our scouts let us down big time. Big time. Connor Savage, again, is just an average medium top six. Nico Lahtinen might have abilities. I hate this draft. What a terrible draft, or at least a terrible job by our scouts to have a bunch of draft picks this year. Bjugstad, no abilities, might be decent. And further down in the draft, it's not looking much better. There's a medium league goalie and Matthias Berglund. Big time project. Well, we can either risk it for a bunch of players or we just Bill Belichick the crap out of this and just trade down a bunch. And it depends on what's being offered for the deal. Move down 12 spots. Actually, well, yeah, move down 12 spots. Pick up third rounder. Second rounder next year from Vegas and a third rounder. Obviously, the signing rights to Shea Theodore are there. We will take second and a third. We'll take that second rounder next year and a third round pick this year, and we'll let Columbus move up to pick number 26. Let's see what they get, because we also have pick number 27. Blue Jackets take Cappy, who's a medium 9. Oh yeah, I hate missing out on that. How long have you been streaming for? In a general sense, 5 years? 6 years? 5 years? 6 years? Something like that. It's been a while at this point, man. It's crazy. Pick 27. Third round of next year. Second and a fifth. Second and a fourth. Let's do that pick there with Columbus. It's a second rounder this year, but a third rounder next year to have them move up 20 spots. I'm good with that because, again, that pick doesn't look very valuable to us. I mean, again, you know, we could take the risk, but at the same time, we could just take the risk later in the draft, you know? My God. Pick number 30. When's our next pick after this? Third pick of round 2. Honestly, maybe we do go for it. Sergachev, I believe so. There is this group of guys here. Let's go for Jalen DeLuca. Never mind. We're going to go for Brian Roloff. And hope to hell our scouts are right, even though it's not confirmed. Brian, how good are you? Well, chat, we almost missed out on that. But we didn't. We didn't. That's how you nail a draft. Brian Roloff, welcome in. It is another left side defender, not a right side, but still value for the pick. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It's about, well, it's about what a first round pick would have been worth. A late first rounder, if not weaker. Honestly, his value might be lower than what the pick is worth. That actually might not have been worth it with the exception of his overall. But still, not bad given the circumstances. Edmonton takes DeLuca. Okay, so Edmonton took DeLuca, low elite, who I was about to take. Only a 63. Relentless quick pick edges shutdown. I probably would have rather had DeLuca. I know he's 14 overall points worse, but low elites with abilities do generate to be pretty good. Or do tend to be pretty good. We should still be able to land Audette or Hensick, but at the same time, we don't have to risk it. So let's talk to the Stanley Cup champion Boston Bruins, because we have all the picks in the world. Really quickly, is there any trash of mine you would be interested in? Don't boost this up. None of my trash is really that valuable. Second rounder and an early fourth. Yeah, I had a feeling that wasn't going to be enough based on it being a first rounder. Second rounder and a third. Should be worth it. Second rounder, 2/3. There we go. So we got pick 32 as well. Let's see if taking Georges Audette is the right call. And the answer is yes. 63 overall, low elite, left side defender. But he does have abilities, heat seekers, seeing eyes, send it, and magnetic. Fucking left side defenders, Jesus. Probably would have rather ended up with DeLuca, but yeah, two good picks there at the end. 2 picks until our next. Hensick might be gone. We're going to end up with Hensick or Jenner. Unless we go for it. Kings want to trade the pick, so let's just go for it. Why not? We have the value. We have the value. Late second, late third. Gonna offer him a little bit more, see if we can trade him for DeLuca. I don't mind that we missed out on DeLuca. There we go. Done deal. We'll move up again. Trade down just to move back up again in the future. Let's go for Lou Hensick, the left winger. He's fine. He's got make it snappy. He's fine. I mean, for a second round pick, what we gave up for him, maybe a bit much, but hey, it was worth knowing. Calgary takes Gardner. And with this pick, we are going to take Spencer Jenner, who is pretty much identical to Hensick. Has 1 T and all alone. We're getting some good depth in the system, at least. Question is, do we trade up for Boudreaux? Lottinen would be the next guy that might have abilities. Bjugstad might be decent. There's Hextall later on. Any other options with abilities here? The draft class quality really seems to dip after this. Like, really seems to dip until Berglund towards the end of the round. There's Asher Fragapani, who's not that great. Right now, I'm more so just trying to see who's available. Ooh, Simon Gagne. Who was available later in the draft, and the answer is pretty much nobody. I mean, Drake O'Brien might be decent. So 2 out of 4 low elite. There's like Oscar Brodin. It's a lot of wishful thinking later on in the draft. We'll still have the value to go for it. So in terms of the next pick that we want, it is probably Boudreau. Detroit. Can we get another deal done here? That is the question. We are a little bit off. Can I add a 4th round pick? Thank you very much to Detroit. We have all this draft capital, and this is what we have it for. Let's take the risk on Louis Boudreau, a right defender. Medium 4, 66, has Yoenkin in reverse for stick lifts and reverse skating. All of these picks are fine to solid. None of them are, oh my god, steal of the century. But I would say we are making the most. There's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Go for the Islanders pick next. We are getting very good organizational depth built back up. Trade the 47th. 82nd, there we go. Another deal to move up a little bit. Did he win the cup? No. I would abandon this team the second I could. About time I finally win a cup with this damn team. Let's go for Lahtinen. Nico Lahtinen, another right defender. We're going to hope for the best. Abilities. Low elite, 62 overall at 18 years old. And he is a pure defensive defenseman. Is Nico Lahtinen. We are rebuilding this team pretty damn well in terms of its overall depth. Next up would be Bjugstad at 45. So 42, 43, 44, 45. We'd have to trade with Dallas to get him. Low elites can be OP if they have abilities. Otherwise, they're just as big of a crapshoot as you'd suspect. Deal done with Dallas to trade up. Try to get this next guy. Vegas takes Connor Savage. Solid, but no abilities. And we will take Ariel Bjugstad, who is not a medium elite, but is one of those average medium top 6 players. That's a bit of a shame. That might scare me off of someone like Hextall. We do have a lot of guys who are left. So the medium elites that are left were good. There are some medium elites, including Hextall, to take a risk on later. Given that our draft capital is starting to slip, I'm going to say let's avoid Hextall and try to focus on guarantees, of which there is one guaranteed low elite, Eric Palapuz. The Palapuz. The Palapuz. And then there's the 2 out of 4 low elites that are still best guess. I mean, we do get low elites out of those picks quite often, but I want to look for more sure things at this stage. So these are the sure things, with Berglund, that goaltender, being available at 64. Our next pick is 68th, which I believe is early in the 3rd round. So let's trade to the end of round 2. We'll go even to Montreal just to get this goaltender. And we'll use that early 3rd rounder. And what about a 5th rounder? Done deal. Done deal. Can we land that goaltender as well? No, we can't. He goes a couple picks early. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was a couple picks early. He is only a 47, so I mean, he would have been for pure value purposes, because woof, that is a terrible, terrible player. Doesn't really look like we missed out on anybody. So we do have some players that are left. These are pretty much our final targets. Other than that, it is best guess. So pick 86. is our next target. We could easily trade down from this pick as well. 4th and a 5th. Jonathan Huberdeau. 3rd rounder and Montour's rights. 3rd and the 5th. Jonathan Huberdeau, huh? I get he still has that contract. Ooh, he's down. Oh, yeah, he's declining hard. He's declining very hard. No, thank you. No, thank you. Jesus. So it was 4th and a 5th. 3rd rounder and Montour's expiring deal. 3rd and a 5th. Well, we could take Montour's expiring deal, but yeah, actually, I think we will. 3rd round pick, 2 picks back, and we pick up Brandon Montour. So whatever, let's do that. I'll see if Montour is worth keeping, and then we know we can trade this pick as well. 3rd and a 5th seems to be the going rate at the moment. Do we have anything better than a 3rd and a 5th as we continue to wheel and deal here? Doesn't look like it. We'll take it from Seattle. So our next pick again now is 71st. The next guy that we want is O'Brien at 86. So we will continue to trade down a little bit. I didn't expect to be spending almost an hour on a goddamn draft with all the moves that we've made, but here we are. 4th and a 5th. Anything better than a 4th and a 5th? 3rd and a 6th from Edmonton. That 3rd's next year as well. That is now what we are looking for. A 3rd and a 6th. Can anybody top that from Edmonton? The answer is no. Thank you very much to Edmonton. And then pick 76. We'll hold on to pick 76. I might make the selection with that pick. All right. So, again, the dude that we wanted is projected to go a little bit later, but we also have these 3 coming up in the 90s. So let's go for Drake O'Brien, another left defender, this time from the Red Deer Rebels, who is not so hot. Okay. Pick number 79. A few down from that. We will take left defenseman Oscar Brodin a little bit early. 3 out of 4 for medium 4. He ends up being a medium 6, so our scouts are screwing us here. Pick number 84. We'll take the goaltender Jan Bartovich, who is a medium elite 6. Okay, let's go. Medium elite, 64 overall at 19 years old, but he's got gold dialed in, no timer, sponge, and light work. Barneson and Ratzlaff are now on notice. They are now on notice. My goodness. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Damn, that's not bad. It'd be better if he was younger, because again, 19 cuts into a developmental year, but not bad. And our next pick is 116. We need pick 98. Let's get to the end of this round. And Los Angeles, you have the pick that I desire. I will give you that 4th rounder. And I will also give you the 7th rounder. Beautiful. So let's see if that guy's still there, like I hope that he is. He is. Let's take Marty Brennan. No abilities for him, but medium elite, 19 years old, 56 overall. Another prospect for the system in our rebuild on the fly. And our final real target is Eric Palapuz. So from now on, up to our final pick or so, we can just go best guess. I mean, he's at 194. Pick after this is 186. Perfect. And actually, just to make sure, we'll take him early. Let's take Eric Palapuz, right wing. 50 overall, low elite grinder. 17 years old, no abilities. But again, somebody else for the system. And we will make these last few picks off of best guess. Dylan Donaghy. And then you got these low elites. So next up will be Len Gallant, another left defender. Low elite, 48 overall. No abilities, but damn good trade value. Damn good trade value. Whew. Next pick, 191. Can we get lucky again? Let's go for the 2 out of 4 medium elite left wing, Dylan Donaghy. Medium bottom 6, not great. And next up, let's go for Howard Reardon, another left defender. He's an overager, actually, maybe not. They're all overagers, perfect. Howard Reardon was a low 6, absolutely terrible. Pick number 199. Don't expect to get lucky with any of these guys. Let's go for Quincy Hebert. Terrible. And that'll do it. So, it feels like 7 years ago that we drafted Hartman. It really does. 1,000 trades, 1,000 picks. We make it through the 2029 drafts. Logan Cooley is a Leaf. The hell just happened? William Nylander has finally left the team. That was one of the more bizarre active drafts that I have ever had. We will go ahead and cut Antoine Dubois, former 7th round pick. No reason to sign him. Defensively, Dickinson's got to be qualified. We might keep Brandon Montour. Let's see. We'll qualify Sokolov. Karki can stick around for another season. Lucianen's probably gone. Okay, we have no other unsigned guys towards the top. So Hartman, junior player. Doesn't need to be immediately signed. Roloff, junior player. Grossman's definitely got to go. Eliza, take it easy. Appreciate you as always. Have yourself a good one. Logan Cooley is a Leaf. I hope that's never uttered again. Well, I mean, who knows? If they don't figure out the situation, you might just decide to never sign with them. All of these guys that suck can leave the team. Gaudette's a junior player. Fukafuji can go. Mikko Lahtinen. Sorry, Bagel. You know I'm rooting for you, but goddamn. Get rid of Wisniewski. Reardon ended up being trash. Brodin's not that good. Gallant from Moncton. All right, not too much we can do there outside of Lahtinen. Right wing. This is where it gets interesting. Both Michkov and Salmonen are RFAs. We're not going to keep Beauvillier around. He never played a game for us. He was just a trade pickup, as is Connor Brown. Sorry to Connor, but you're not coming back. Gavin Brindley, I mean, you're kind of terrible. So is O'Donnell, but we'll keep you around. Cracknell is trash. We don't need to sign you. Jenner can go to the Marlies. Party. Yeah, sorry, Isaac, not so hot. Alexandrov, be on his way to the Marlies. Bear is terrible. Palapoo's on his way to the Marlies. Left wing. Qualify Kiiskinen and Mahalik. Denis in junior. Elliott's trash at a low 9. He can go. Hensiks in junior. Uriel Bjugstad, you are on your way to the Marlies. Osborne's not so hot. Donaghy's not so hot. And then at center, Ackerman could be signed. Karpinen's going to be dropped. And Marty Brennan on his way to the Marlies. So we are going to have some expensive RFAs with $34 million in cap. It's going to be close to be able to afford everybody. Shout out to Bookend Jr., son of the legendary Bookend. Appreciate the follow. Hickett's, Palapuz, Bjugstad, Jenner, Brennan, Lattinen, Alexandrov all sign. The record, Barneson wants $3 million. Ratzlaff wants just under 2. Bardovic, by the way, can go to the Marlies. Grabowski with Guelph. Brandon Montour. Ooh. Yeah, Montour, you're not bad, but I'm gonna stick with the. I think I'm gonna stick with the youth at this point, especially with how many people we have at the left. I'm probably gonna have to play Cam York on the right this year. So it's probably Panay's spot this year. How much does Montour want? Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Sorry, Brandon, you're out of here. So again, we got all of these RFAs. Kim, you can go as well. Tremendous hair, by the way. This might be the most Finnish-looking man. Might be the most Finnish-looking man I've ever seen. We'll go ahead. Let go of you. Boudreauxen Jr. See if there was anybody with maybe a slightly weaker potential. Honestly, Oscar Brodin can sign you to your ELC. It might not be that bad. Right, Hebert kind of sucks. So for the most part, we're going to play it out. We're going to wait and see kind of what happens with a lot of these qualifying offers. And then we're going to take it from there. We don't have to panic with RFAs. We have contract control them for a reason. Michkov wants 10 mil. Guess what? You're not going to get it from us, buddy. Although, Jesus, that is concerning because he no longer has any RFA years left. So, we're in a pretty weird spot. Ackerman signs, Bartovich, Brodin. And again, we have no UFAs, right? No UFAs. It's just the RFAs. Salmonen wants 9 mil. Dickinson wants 6. We pretty much just got to play chicken with these guys. It's the only thing we can do. Utilize our contract control to our advantage. Try to get that price down. Although most of them, all of them, are hitting free agency. And we just had a lot of scouts disappear on us. Which is not good. We do have a top-notch coaching staff. There is an A+ out there in the form of Brendan Reichel, who I would love to pick up. So chat, you know the deal. Tugane, ask away, help me fill the time, and make it not so boring while we scroll up to $9.9 million. And we'll see what happens. We will see. We will see. See what we got. For one, Brendan Reichel. Reichel. The name Chell is in the name. Am I caught up on New Japan? Somewhat. I saw what was happening on Twitter. That's about it. But yes, for the most part. I am indeed. The day they let you input numbers is the day salary. I mean, it'll take us all out. You have the wheel for racing that you can get like F1 add-on. You have the wheel for racing that you can get like the F1 add-on. Do I have a racing wheel for console? Yes. Yes, I do. You should know this. All right. Let's send out a couple offer for scouts here, too. Petra Chara. Matthias Bayer. We do love a good buyer around here. You could work for an NHL team, would you want to? Shout out to Vikings fan. I could work for an NHL team and I want to. Yes. Of course I would. I mean, not like, oh, I'd work for the Bruins for free. Fuck you, pay me. I want the dream job. I want to be the commentator, the play-by-play man for the Boston Bruins, and I want to somehow try to be a bigger homer than Jack Edwards and just watch the internet melt. Oh, it's my dream. It's my dream. I'm telling you. God, it'd be beautiful, wouldn't it? All right, free agency. I can't imagine we'll be too active because I have no fucking money in terms of free money, right? In terms of RFA goalies, again, Barneson and Ratzlaff are ours. There's no way I'm spending $5+ million on goaltending, so Robertson and Safronov are out. Yeah, I mean, 9-10, 9-15, I can get that goaltending from anybody else. We could go for Emerton, just because he has value. $175 is the max that we can offer to try and get an RFA. But we really don't have that much space. Defensively, I mean, Kiviharu, Vasainen. There's no way we can afford these guys. There is Kalle Sundqvist, who we can definitely go for that 175 from Chicago. They continue to have cap issues, and that was before anything happened. There's like Bondra and Soderstrom, but they're medium top sixes, a medium 4 in Stapleton. To give an honest review on Manscaped. To be honest, again, Manscaped, the official sponsor of the Tukey State podcast, and more. Honestly, tremendous. I will be fully honest, the only product I've had somewhat difficulty with, not even difficulty, is the Weed Whacker, like the nose hair trimmer. I have a different brand already that had that attachment for, like a set of buzzers, and that works a little bit better than that. But aside from that, I have literally, and that's not because they sponsored me, like I have literally had no complaints about any Manscaped products whatsoever. I've been very, very happy with what I have received from them. Very safe, low safe workplace, right? Karki's ours. There's Stapleton, who I think we can push for as well. Proper PPE. It's, you got to be careful in these modern times, right, Rich? These modern times, you can never be too careful. Owens at 24 is not going to get much better. There's a high 6 in Korobov. I might regret this in terms of the decision to go after these players. I might regret it. That's not going to stop me, though. Have any wingers who are overly worth it? There is the previously mentioned Marquez. He wouldn't be that bad. Again, the odds that we get any of these guys, incredibly. Ooh, Jasu. This was a guy we didn't trade up to get. Montreal took a few picks before us. O'Donnell's ours. Brindley. All right. The other guys are too expensive or already ours. The franchise left wing Hornqvist from Vancouver is out there. Time for Canucks fans to panic. Send a deal in for Vesterainen. Let's go. Kieskinen's already ours. 24, 24, 23. Is there anybody else who's worth it? Muirs probably isn't worth it. And then center-wise, not too much else we can do. Who are the UFAs that are out there? Goalie-wise, Askarov, the leader there. Shout out to Dennis Hildeby. Hildebeest. Couple of goalies who might be worth a look here. Couple of them who might be worth a look between Breland and Eriksson. Do I have space on the roster? I don't think I do. Also, I think Endo retired. And I think we missed it. Because I didn't release him, and now he's not here anymore. I honestly think Endo retired. Is he out there? Retired Mills. Endo took the money and ran. He took the money and ran. Then we got a forward. Couple of low elites who might be worth it. Throw our name into the hat for Ferguson and Dalmont. I forgot to give us 2 weeks. He just up and fucking left. What a guy. All right, I have way too many contract offers out right now, so I doubt this ends well for me. And Reichel does elect to go to Columbus instead, which is okay. So our coaching staff is fine. We get all of the scout offers in. I have way too many players that I'm going after. Coaching staff, scouting staff, looking good. I am going to have to sign a goalie coach. Ferguson signs, Dalmont signs, Breland. Time for the RFAs to start getting back to us. Hensler, Stapleton, Marquez, Vestarainen, Jasu, Sundqvist, Korobov. Sundqvist is going to stay with Chicago. Vestarainen with Pittsburgh. Yasu with Montreal. Hensler with Calgary. Marquez with Vegas. All right, so no luck on the RFA front. So it is true we could go with Crosby as a coach if he's half decent. No luck on the RFA front. At least with RFAs who were not already on our roster. The other guy we could go for is Jaden Sabarin. I honestly thought we already had an offer out for him. We have so much of a logjam at left D. It's really not worth it. This is too old of an overall. And again, a lot of these guys were already ours. McQueen. It's too expensive at this point. Mears is a little bit weak of a player. There's Novotny, who's too expensive. We can wait it out a couple weeks, see what that RFA market looks like. I don't think I'll have the space to sign Eriksson. I think that would technically bring us up to 7, and what the RFA is, somebody would disappear again. And we can't have that. Not a big fan of people just up and disappearing, you know? Like Endo Mills' retirement. We could technically go for Braden Cuff. He might turn into something. But probably not. 75 at 23. Send him a deal. Schrammel we were going for a couple years, but at 24. He's better than Cuff. I gotta see some of these other RFA issues. We just have too many issues on the team. So Braden Cuff signs. He's pretty much going to be the last guy I can go after. Let me see if Crosby's out there. Let me see what we're dealing with. How good and or bad is Sidney Crosby? B-. It's a regular Wayne Gretzky. He'd be a power play specialist, basically. I could technically go for him, but it would be a downgrade for us, so... And we need all the help we can get with this team. We really do. O'Donnell accepts the qualifying offer. Michkov accepts the qualifying offer. Sokolov. Mahalik as the dominoes start to fall. Karki, shout out to King's Ante on the follow. Appreciate you. Brindley, Kieskinen. Derek Weeks. We still have other RFAs out there. We can solve their deals. Barneson signs. Solve their deal at training camp. Season rolled over. And we will still have some RFAs to deal with. I wanted to go after some of those other RFAs who are out there from other teams, but once I realized just how little maneuverability we actually had for them, it wasn't worth it. Oh, God. Oh, God. Love the menu lag. So, Wroclaw, Salmonen, Dickinson are the holdouts with $25 million left. We do need to bring back Wroclaw. 2-year deal, so he ends as an RFA. And 85% trick, we can bring it down to like 950. And he should accept. And then forward-wise, Salmonen, former Hab. Oh, baby. This would be a steal. Endo, potentially. I don't know. At this point, is it even worth it? That's the question. 3925. For Salmonen, let me see if I can get him signed. And then Dickinson, RFA status would be 3.85 for the 3 years. So contract control, still a thing for us. Let's see what we have going on. Salmonen accepts. Wroclaw accepts. Dickinson actually rejected. Okay, he's the lone holdout. $22 million left in cap space. Mr. Dickinson. Let's try this again. 85%. So you take the number, multiply it by 0.85. Typically gives you the lowest amount someone's willing to accept. I'm going to go up to $4 million for 3 years for Dickinson because he is worth it. Let me see what we got here. Will he sign before our first preseason game? Rejected again? Emperor, what's up? All right. Dickinson is being a pain in the ass here. He's being a real pain in the ass. B Major. Welcome back. Did you miss much? If you missed the draft, you missed a whole hell of a lot. Again, we'll go $4 million for 3 years. He's going to get a little bit antsy about not signing. And I don't care too much, obviously, about preseason games. They need to do something where it actually matters. Dickinson still rejects the contract. All right, Sam, at this rate, you might miss the start of the season, my friend. Because my offer is my offer. And it's still $4 million for 3 years. My offer is my offer. I am not budging on that deal. Who's the backup this year? That we don't know. It should be Wroclaw, but that's not guaranteed. Dickinson's not budging. He is not budging. And actually increased his asking price. I respect it. So now you should be all the more willing to accept $4 million for 3 years. Emperor of the 15 months. Thank you for that, buddy. Hope you're doing well tonight. I hope. Dickinson will likely not be on this team for the start of the season, so let's take a look at the rest of the club. In goal. Well, it's going to be an interesting setup. I'm not too worried about Karki and Kulanumi, so we'll send them down. So in goal, Barnison, Wroclaw, Harenstam. We have to likely make a choice there soon. AHL-wise, it's Iverson, Bardovich, and Breland. So Iverson could probably be moved out for the 2 medium elites. Or we move Breland because he's not that great. Defensively, York, Bouchard, Riley, Carpenter, Sokolov, Panay. Right side. I think Panay is going to make this team to start out the season. That works for me. And we'll have Kulanumi as the healthy scratch. I think we're going to give a chance to Morgan Panay. And why the hell not? We could always go out and get somebody if need be. Right side is Michkov, Salomonin, Weeks, and Clapperton. Easy does it there. Left side, Perry, Kuba, Kieskinen, and Ullman. And at center, Cooley, Misa, Lume, and Topi Roni. Honestly, I mean, again, we'll have to optimize coaching staff and stuff like that. It's tough not to feel confident about this team. Given Misa can get better, I'd ideally have him as our number one center. And honestly, Michkov's not going to get that much better. You could put Salmon in on the top line to get him to grow a little bit more. But Kuba, Misa, Salmonen, Perry, Cooley, Michkov. Probably Ullman over Kieskinen because Kieskinen takes so many penalties. Lume over Roni, and then Weeks and Clapperton. That's a hell of a team. Like, really. And then defense. Again, Kulanumi will be out for Sokolov. And then that's the big question of who the hell plays where. And it might have to be Carpenter, York, Sokolov, Bouchard, Riley, Panay. Which still isn't a bad defense at all. I mean, not playing York and Bouchard together kind of hurts a little bit, but it's worth testing out. I do need a healthy scratch of a forward. I mean, which can be Gavin Brindley, just because he's not going to get much better. And then AHL lines, because I do think we're going to have to sign a cap whale beyond what we'll be giving Dickinson money-wise. Dalmont's a scratch. Palapuz is a scratch. So actually, okay, we'll have 2 healthy scratches there, and then defense is good. All right, we're actually good. We're actually good. And again, Endo retired, so we don't have room for him, but roster's looking pretty good. Let me just make sure I'm above board on the cap. I'm like right on the line. So we'll save money for Dickinson. Our cap whale is going to be every Leafs fan's biggest nightmare, Nick Cousins. We will go ahead and sign the man who threw us into this turmoil, Nicholas Cousins. And we'll give him a boatload of money. Yeah, Endo, why'd you retire, man? What the hell? I thought we had something. I thought we had something here. Said you're on a fucking beach in Barbados. What the fuck's up with that? All right, one more time for Mr. Dickinson. And we'll see if he accepts, but it doesn't look like we're going to have him for the start of the year. Doesn't look like it. All right, Cousins accepts that deal. Dickinson rejects again. So again, left side will be better once we finally sign Dickinson. But we are going to hold strong here and say 3 years, $4 million is our stance. Fucking take it or leave it. We'll see how badly you want to play this season. We'll see who blinks first. Again, I'm going to try to optimize this to make sure that our coach is the best one that we could possibly get. And someone like Carpenter and Sokolov, well, they'll benefit quite greatly from him not being here. And goalie-wise, it might be goalie by committee. We might turn off auto-rotate, run 3 goalies for the season, see who can do the best. AHL, still going to optimize that off of potentials, but I know it was a ridiculous offseason with a lot of moves. There's really no reason to think we won't be a playoff team again, with the exception of Jesus Christ, we're the Toronto Maple Leafs, and if it can go wrong, it apparently will.